Hey guys, what is up? This is Matt Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on A Working Man. I don't really need to explain the plot of this movie because you pretty much know exactly what it's about because it's a Jason Statham movie, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Jason Statham plays a construction man who just wants to live a life of being a working man because he was big into being an action type of guy, but he comes out of that, phase of not wanting to do, like violence and stuff, but he has to go back to that when his friend's daughter gets kidnapped, and you basically know entirely yeah. Now, I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat, okay? If you came here for action, something to, kill some of your time for 2 hours without having to focus on a story or focus on any messages or anything like that, you just want to see Jason Statham beating down baddies and trying to, save the damsel, then yeah, you're probably gonna have fun with this movie. As for people like myself, I'm a bit kind of more critical when it comes to these types of movies because, I'm one of those types of people that prefers, engaging storylines and things that have deep meaning behind them rather than just fun action. I mean, unless they can truly wow me with more than enough action. While there's plenty of action in here, it's basically like any other action movie about, a guy who wants to live a normal life, but instead has to come out of that normal life and going into, back to his phase of, kicking ass and all that because, well, it's a very basic, action thriller that you would see pretty much in almost every other type of action thriller. Guy's trying to live a normal life, but has to come out of retirement. It's your basic type of action movie storyline that you've heard of 1,000 times. But hey, you are definitely going to have a lot of fun when it comes to the action. In my opinion, the best part of the movie was during the last act. But as for everything else, I felt like I was watching a bunch of other movies that I've seen plenty of other times more than this film. But I mean, it just came out, so obviously. But I guess when it comes to these types of movies, they're very basic in what they're trying to do. They're not trying to be the next, that truly amazing, truly genius action flick out there. Because director David Ayer really isn't trying to do that here. He didn't do that with The Beekeeper, which I thought was just alright. And it goes to show that when it comes to these types of movies, Jason Statham just wants to be an action star and just wants to, be Jason Statham. And hey, Jason Statham is a badass, so yeah, and people do love the guy and think he's very entertaining, and he is in this movie, okay? But when it comes to other characters and all that, it's very generic, and oftentimes I honestly forgot what happened during most of this movie as I was walking home. I just knew while watching this movie it was going to be one of those action movies that I see, but am immediately going to forget about as soon as I start doing something else. I mean, I'm cooking dinner right now, so yeah, I'm probably just going to focus more on that. But now look, I didn't hate this movie, but I do feel like, if it was trying to be a bit more silly, because this is definitely far more of a serious film, then I kind of would have appreciated more. Like, Jason Statham doesn't really have any, one-liners he's trying to bring out, but, I don't think he's trying to go for that. He's just trying to be like almost every single badass action movie star that was in retirement but has to come out of it now. And even when it comes to the ending, it's very basic. It's all I'm not really going to spoil, but yeah. But I could say this. There was one opportunity of making a joke in this movie that I thought was completely missed. As there's literally a scene in the movie where Jason Statham is, driving, and he literally passes by one of those, Tesla, Cybertruck things that people just love to make fun of because of how ugly they look. He could have made a joke there. It could have made me give this movie an extra point just for that, but that's why I kind of wished it was a bit more silly. But yeah, but in the end, guys, I really did not have a whole lot to say about this movie because I wasn't even sure if I was really going to see the movie because of how much time has passed, and this movie came out while I was at GalaxyCon. That's why I didn't see the movie, so yeah, but I went and saw it, and hey, it was nice to watch just to kill 2 hours of my time, just watching Jason Statham shoot people, ask people questions about where this girl is, because that's basically all you're really going to get here, and most people aren't going to mind it. As for people like myself, who is a bit more critical with these types of movies, even though he doesn't really try to be. I didn't really have much to, fully cheer about. But hey, if I were to recommend an action movie that is very silly but also manages to be very entertaining and actually has characters that I like, I recommend checking out Novocaine. Is that movie streaming now? If it is, then I definitely recommend it. It's a shame most people didn't go see that, because that movie I had far more fun with, and I actually remember quite a bit after watching the movie. So yeah, it can definitely work for other action movies. But as for people like myself, who's kind of seen movies like this hundreds of other times, there wasn't too much for me to work with here. Pun intended. If you don't really care about what I have to say and you just want to have some fun at the movies, you just want to see Jason Statham be Jason Statham, then if it's still playing, sure, you can watch it, have fun. More power to you. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and maybe subscribe for more. You can also check me out on Twitter or Instagram or maybe Blue Sky. Give me a follow if you can. And yeah, see you guys later. Word out.